Come on, let's do it.
Yo, I'm out here on the front porch. It's another one of these absolutely splendid October days and trying to get battened down for the winter. So here's what's been going on. Had some rotted out boards on the porch. Thanks to Woodstock Building Supply. Don't mind the chicken poop, that just happened. I'll get it all cleaned up, sand that wood putty, get some paint on, and we'll be set for winter. But while that putty dries, on with the show. This one's another dedication. This is from my friend Beth down in Memphis, Tennessee. She's originally from Memphis, I believe, buddy, born and raised. So don't mind my Brooklyn accent. It's spelled B-E-T-H, but it's actually pronounced Bay-eth. Love you, buddy. Anyway, I promised her this show. I posted a picture of this on my Instagram a couple weeks ago, and she asked if it would be an episode. So here we go. Let's head on back to the sage bush. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
Here's this beautiful sage bush. I put this in at least 10 years ago, maybe 12, 13. Just overwinters. I don't have to do a thing with it. It gives me a lot of joy every year. So, let's get a nice sage top. This is not like the brown butter and sage dish that we've done in the past. This is different. I'll show you in the kitchen. Let's head on in. By the way, my neighbor came yesterday and mowed the field. I'm very happy. There's one of my 2 American chestnut trees that I just put in this spring. All right, off to the kitchen we go. Okay, this one's for Beth. And by the way, I'm eternally grateful always to you and our late buddy Mary, rest in peace, for many years ago coming and staying with Beatrice and Minerva when I ran off to Miami to see my dad. Always thank you for that. So, here's what the dish is. This couldn't be simple, and that's why I'm doing a bunch of rambling and showing you my porch and everything, because I gotta fluff out the show. This could take 3 minutes. But it's a fantastic, simple dish. Spaghetti, as I mentioned, with butter, sage, and lemon. Couldn't be simpler. And it doesn't take long to make the sauce. You're basically just melting the butter, putting the sage in whole. So let's get our spaghetti in now, because what pulls this sauce together, as usual, man down, is the pasta water, which emulsifies the butter and lemon into a nice creamy sauce towards the end. So come on over by the stove. Well, we are by the stove. Let's get an overhead look and get this dish going. All right, I don't even have to do a whole ingredients thing because it's only 3 ingredients, right? Butter. Let's get the flame on the front. On the back here I just have, this is some Adam's sweet Italian turkey sausage. And I'm not going to eat that whole thing. That's about 0.6 of a pound. I'm just cooking it because it came out of the freezer. I'll have a little piece on the side with my pasta, a little protein. And I'll save the other piece for the morning and have it with some eggs. Sweet Italian turkey sausage. Alright, this is a butter dish, but I always like a little drizzle of olive oil, extra virgin. I mention it all the time. It helps to keep the butter from burning. And as I mentioned, this is not a brown butter dish like we've done with skate or fish. Now we're going to go with, I'm just making a single portion. A couple of tablespoons of butter here. Got nice Kate's butter from Vermont, unsalted. I rarely buy salted butter. Salt the dish. I don't need it in the butter. Now the key to this, again, it is not a brown butter. It's okay if it gets a little bit of a toasty tinge, but really it's a butter and lemon dish. But here's what the key is. We just put the sage in whole, just like this. And it won't even be in the dish. It just flavors the butter. Let that butter melt. Give the sausage a little toss. We want to cook that evenly. Low heat so it cooks through. And I'm going to lower the front heat too because I can see the butter bubbling, and again, we don't want it going brown on us. We just want to gently melt it with the sage in it. Push that sage around, and I'm kind of nicking it with the knife, let some of the oils out. Again, the sage will not be in the final dish. You know, with the brown butter and sage, not only do I chop it and put it in the butter sauce, but I also generally have some at the end as a garnish, raw. This is just these whole little sprigs flavoring up our butter. Now, before the butter does get brown, let's get some lemon juice in there. I got a little bit of this end that may or may not have much juice in it. I used it earlier. Let's get what we can out of it. And then here's the rest of that one. And I'm going to squeeze most of it. I do have more lemon, but rather than cutting a fresh one, I'm going to try to save a little of this juice to get that final acid zing at the end. Smells good already. Couple grains of salt, a little black pepper. Again, keep that turkey sausage moving, keep it flipping, get it cooked through evenly. And grab a spoon here and just check on the lemonosity of this sauce here. Okay, that's pretty lemony, so I'm going to beef up the butter a little bit. Oh, the sage tastes amazing. A little more butter. Let's check on the pasta. We don't want to overcook it. A nice Di Cecco al dente pasta. Told you guys I've been a big fan of the Rumo. But I always keep some Di Cecco around. Alright. Still way ahead of it. That's fine. If you want the sausage to cook, I'm going to bring the sausage up just a hair in heat. This sage bush is they're so aromatic. You don't need to chop this sage. It's giving off so much flavor, and then we're going to pull them out. Yeah, the extra butter, perfect. A little more black pepper. Oh, perfect lemonosity. Another couple grains of salt. Yeah, I'm keeping a real close eye on this pasta. And I think the pasta has been in long enough now where it's given off some starch to the water. We're almost there. So we can get a little of this pasta water in, which helps to emulsify the sauce. As you can see, it's already creaming up a little. Now what I'm going to do, it looks like the pasta is getting ahead of the sausage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yank this out and off to the side. Let me shut the camera. I'm going to cut it up a little so I can finish them. Okay, what I did is I took the sausage out. I cut off the piece I want to eat. The rest is sort of par cooked. It's still raw in the middle. And I can finish that in the morning. So then I slice this in half and put it face down back in the pan so we can finish it up. And I think The pasta is probably just about there. Let's see. Okay, still got a nice bite. So, I think we can just about get it out. And it's a little ahead of al dente, which is good though, because we want to finish it in here. I always, with sauces like this, try to cook the pasta a little bit under al dente and really let it finish good in the sauce. That way it absorbs a bunch of that butter. Get this over here, the old basket from Mom's Pasta Pot. I love this thing because it leaves the water in the pot. Okay, as I said, it's still quite hard, which means we can now cook it in here without fear of overcooking. Starch has been released. That means it draws back in. Sausage is finishing nicely. I'm going to crank the heat now a little bit on the pasta. Now you see what's happening with the pasta water? We're getting a creamy emulsion to this sauce from the starches. And now I'm going to pull the sage. It's done what we wanted it to do. This is a visual thing. We don't need the sage inside the dish. All right. I think we're there. It's time to plate. You know what? We got the emulsion. I think we can finish with just a little more nip of the butter to cream this up. It's like not even a teaspoon. Just to bring it together since we already got the emulsion. And now off to the side, let me get my plate ready. And we'll put this together. Sausage is good. Time to plate. Not time to plate. I missed a step. Pecorino Romano. Of course, we're going to put some on top. But while we're emulsifying the sauce, let's get some in the actual pan. Now, I've already turned the heat off, but that's okay. This is quite hot. And we want to cream the cheese as well. Simple dish. Butter, lemon, sage, and pecorino. That's it. You want this initial pecorino romano to melt right in there. I'll turn the heat back on. We're still good on the pasta. I cooked it under. Oh, now it's perfect. A little more pecorino. I got the heat back on. Okay, let's plate this up. And I'm not going to go fancy. I'm not even going to look for my fork to try to swirl or anything like that. Let's slide over here. It's Saturday night. Going up to see the neighbors. Let's keep this simple. Pasta. Heat's off. All the burners are now off. And let's dress this with a little bit more lemon juice, right? By the way, there's a fly buzzing around in here. If you came through camera, no big. It's that October, late October, those fall flies are annoying. They fly real slow, but you can't get them. He's buzzing around the kitchen. All right, let's take our sausage now and just kind of lay it in. Again, I'm not really plating, but eat first with eyes, grasshopper. And now, as I mentioned, we're not using the sage, but just for a visual, for a garnish. I have another one. Let's do that. And there we go. A little pecorino on top. And let's see what this tastes like. Simple, simple, simple. Spaghetti, Saturday night. Usually I reserve pasta for Sundays, but that was blasphemy. Don't cut your pasta. What am I doing? Mmm. 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 That is tasty. Sweet sausage, turkey. Mmm. Mmm. It's a sweet fennel. I love that sausage. Mmm. Great dinner. It really is good. So simple. Some of these Italian dishes with 2-3 ingredients, it's amazing how they come together into something just spectacular. And never discount that pasta water. Mm. It's an actual sauce ingredient. Another man down. No 5-second rule. I got plenty here. All right, let me sit and enjoy this. I got the sausage, the pasta. Give this a try. I will make this over and over again, especially with that big, beautiful sage bush out back. I'll see you all for the next episode.
Come on, let's do it.
It's a wrap. Got her done. The whole porch is going to get painted in spring, but at least that patch job's done. No more rotten wood up front. I'll paint the steps, prime and paint those before winter, but this is a load off my mind.